Valentine's, guys. This is awesome. You know what time it is. It's Wednesday. It's comic book review day. Yeah, I'm Sarah, and this is... Oh, come on, cheer up.
Fuck!
Oh, don't be sad. Here. Happy Valentine's Day.
Fine. And here I am, Sparta. And it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
The day before Valentine's Day. Haha! We tricked you with that.
Mind trickery.
What?
We totally fooled them.
Can you feel me mind fucking you? Mind fucking the shit out of you. Anyway, we got two comic book reviews today, and they cannot be more polarizing in a way. We have one before Watchmen, comedian number 5, so you know we've been looking forward to this one. And then, oh boys and girls, it's over.
Yeah.
Death of the Family.
Yeah.
Batman number 17, that's it.
That's all she wrote. All he wrote, I guess I should say.
She's read it and I haven't, and it's fucking pissing me
I've
off.
been poker faced this entire time.
She's been Lady Gaga-ing over there, and yeah, we're gonna get to that one. That'll be a two-parter. But as always, we will start off with Before Watchmen. So, early impressions, first impressions.
I liked it
quick
better
review?
than the other ones. The other ones, I kind of had to force myself to finish reading. This one I actually wanted to finish reading, so that's something.
Something. I'd say it's, compared to all the rest, it's probably the best out of them, but that's still not saying a lot.
It's out of this entire comedian series, it's been the best one so far.
The most shit happens in it anyway. It's the way I see it. It's interesting. But yeah, still... They're really gonna have to pull something out of their ass in number 6 for me to go, oh yeah, you should buy this one.
Batman shows up. What?
The fuck? Actually, no, that would be pretty sweet. I'd totally be like, buy it. There's this twist at the end you do not see coming.
Yep.
Anywho.
He's Batman. You can't do Batman.
Okay. Tell me more!
Yeah, he's gonna show up that's comedian.
You gotta sound like you're kind of pooping.
Well, I'm sick though, so I can't.
That's true. Everybody else is sick but me, so we kind of swapped from our last video.
I'm gonna cough on him though. Get nice and sick.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go through it page by page like we did. Yeah, there you go.
A skull with a smiley and another.
Get it? Because he's got the smiley.
Very clever.
Yeah, I don't know how quick. This one might actually be pretty quick because not a lot happens, but a lot of stuff is...
It's easy to sum up.
It is,
but it's still interesting.
Anyway, so let's get right to it.
Yeah.
So the comic picks up right after the last one ended with him knocking... Basically tackling a guy out of a fucking plane. Helicopter. They land in the jungle and the guy has clearly broken his leg. And he makes sure to let him know that by screaming that at him. Comedian, of course, badass. He's fine.
Doesn't give a shit.
Walks that shit off.
He's got a couple scratches.
But that's about it. And the guy basically calls him and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're a goddamn maniac. And he's just agreeing with him the whole time.
Yep.
Essentially. Then we get a lot of cuts to...
this is when it cuts, this entire story is...
There's a lot of...
Is right after he tackles the guy out of the helicopter, and then it flashes back to right after he took that tab of acid or whatever he took.
Some hallucinogenic.
When him and his group ended up in a village, and the last thing we saw from the last issue was he shot a guy as he was walking in.
Right, and that's
so we're picking up right after those two stories left off.
So we get a whole bunch of random images of just violence towards the villagers, an old man getting shot,
killing babies,
rape. Bloody straw hat on the ground. You know, really, really positive stuff.
A water buffalo gets shot.
A water buffalo gets shot. What do you do?
Yeah.
Then of course cuts back to him. He's still dragging him through the forest. You know, telling him, you know, we need to be careful. The forest is dangerous. And the guy's like, I know animals. And he's like, I'm not talking about the fucking animals. I'm talking about fucking booby traps and that kind of shit.
They set them for us.
Yeah, they set them for us. And then it goes back once again. To the atrocity, I guess I should call it, happening over at the village. just you kind of see the aftermath after a bit of it. A bunch of the buildings are on fire.
Bodies everywhere,
and all the Marines are just kind of walking around. And then you see one of the Marines with one of the older gentlemen from the village, and then it kind of cuts back to them again, walking.
And
cuts back
this whole
to
time,
it's a lot of cutting back.
It's very flips back and forth between both of them.
A lot.
And basically, comedian says here, "Fuck this! I'm done playing nice. If they don't agree with us."
Yeah.
What does he say? Leave them with bloody assholes. We beat the fucking snot out of anyone that opposes us.
Exactly. Because his whole thing here is, he says, love doesn't keep the peace. Fear does. So we're going to make them
fear us.
Fear us.
And there's one creepy shot when he says that with just bodies everywhere that they just
threw on the road.
They shot them and left them there.
There's a naked kid. There's a bunch of kids, women, children. He
doesn't care.
This is pretty brutal. I mean, it's Nam, so you know what you're getting into, kind of. Then there's a little shot of comedian standing in front of the bodies, and you can tell he's still kind of tripping out from the
colors get all purpley and awesome.
Very psychedelic. Reminds me of Silk Spectre.
A little bit.
A little bit. Hey, she dropped acid too, eh? Like father, like daughter. Ooh. What I did there. Gets to the village, and one of the soldiers is that soldier that was with the older gentleman. He's now hugging him, and he's saying, "No one was fighting back. Where's the enemy? You know, why did we do this? No one. Like, why did we? Like, he's completely lost it. He does not understand."
I think the soldier that's holding the old man has come off of his high.
Yeah.
And I think he's realizing what he's done, and he's freaking out.
So he kicks the old man out of his hands and throws a gun on the ground. It says, "Pick it up." Obviously, he wants him to kill the old man. And the whole time they're having this big talk, basically back and forth about, like, what we're doing isn't right. And he's like, "This is war. Nothing's right. We need to do this. We need to scare them. I don't give a fuck. They're the enemy." That kind of shit. And
in this part, pardon me, he actually references the Night Owl book.
Right, yeah.
He says, I think he's clearly upset about the fact that he wasn't portrayed very well in his book. And he says, "The one thing that no one ever got about me is that I'm a patriot." Yeah. Something that's clearly very important to him was left out, that no one knows about him. So
exactly. And that line too, these fucking people, they're not our women and children. So you can tell he's done.
Yeah.
He even says at one point he's fucking done. So continues, he keeps yelling at the guy to pick it up. The old man goes for the gun and he knocks him the fuck out. And he tells him what he was originally going to call himself. That's the superhero name.
The Big Stick.
The Big Stick. And he's like, "Can you imagine the headlines? The commies get a taste of the Big Stick. Crime gets the big stick in the end." And then the one soldier's like, "That's funny." He said, "I wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be a joke.
I'm done laughing."
I'm done laughing.
And then at this point, he's dragging the old man's unconscious, or...
He's unconscious at this point.
He's not doing so well.
Yeah. He's dragging him away, and he grabs the gun. The soldier grabs the gun that the comedian threw down. He aims it at the comedian, and he kind of chuckles to himself, and then he shoots himself in the head.
Yep.
And, yeah.
The comedian doesn't even flinch. He just turns around and keeps on walking. And he passes a soldier, another soldier, who's, from his body language, looks very shocked at what just happened. The comedian just does not care.
Does not give a shit. Cuts back to, once again, them walking, trying to get to a helicopter. I like that. Pushes them out of a helicopter, and trying to get back to a helicopter. And then we get a report, basically. There's a lot of images, and the dialogue isn't like someone talking, it's a letter being written to somebody else.
I think at this point, they stop with the flashbacks to what happened in the village.
Yeah.
So now it's just the letter,
basically explaining what happened.
Being read over top of now what's happening with him and Benway is his friend's name.
Yeah.
Helicopter man.
And the whole letter is exactly that. They're just saying, the comedian's a loose cannon, he lost his goddamn mind, he's a goddamn lunatic, but he's our lunatic. He's killing everybody. He killed, 340 something?
365.
365, yeah.
Could be wrong.
He killed 365 people, but they're saying that the numbers were around 500. They're like, no, we should stick with 365.
Yeah.
500 is not...
can't let people know that
we
it was
can't let
actually
people
that
know
much.
it was actually that much.
And
so.
the entire time this letter is being read, the comedian had pushed Ben away, the helicopter guy he tackled out.
Yeah, broken leg.
He pushed him to the side because there was people coming.
Yeah.
Hit him, and as Benway's hiding, comedian takes out a bunch of these people who were walking through the forest, and brutally so.
Yeah, just murders them
Shoots
all.
one guy in the head, guts one guy completely.
And then they finally get to a clearing. There's some helicopters coming down to pick him up. And then his friend there says, "Blake, thank you. I'll make this right." And then immediately gets shot in the head.
Yeah, by the helicopter, it looked like.
Yeah, it looks like the helicopter gunned him down. So, and then the letter even says, "I will recommend that William Benway be given the highest honor allowed under such circumstances." Yeah. So, obviously, this was kind of a setup. Yeah. I'd almost say they were trying to set it up that, like, he got murdered and that's why the massacre might have happened.
Well, and even in this letter, they're saying that they're just going to say that it was, an accident and definitely a huge cover-up as to what the comedian did.
Yeah.
He went off, and they're going to try and cover it up as best they can.
Because, it's not like he leaves a trail anywhere he goes. So then we cut to the Pied Piper Motel. And basically just a bunch of people sitting around discussing everything that happened.
The letter.
And, they put all the documents together and they drop it off at... Now, do you know who this is?
That's JFK.
That is JFK, right. They drop it off over at JFK's house. And the last shot is him kind of...
reading it.
Kind of shocked at it.
And at the same time, it looks like Nixon to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be, but it looks like him.
Yeah, it looks like Nixon was in the...
in the room. One of the guys talking, he says, "I want to say I admire the comedian, but he has a friend too." But put the document in his hands, and that's when they give it to JFK. Who's reading it.
And then to be concluded. So... that's the comedian number 5. Like I said, a lot happens.
I liked it a lot better than the previous ones.
A lot better than the other ones. Is it enough to recommend? No.
It's not my favorite for Watchmen by any means, but it's still pretty good compared to the other ones.
Yeah, so take that as it will. I mean,
yeah, it's not bad.
And once again, we do have one more left that might boost it up a bit. Maybe. I'm not too sure. At the moment,
it's slowly getting better. So
we'll see. Anyway, so that's that one. Once again, I'm Kiriama Sparta.
I'm Sarah.
And yeah, are you guys ready to have your fucking minds blown?
I am.
Sarah's gonna take the reins now, and we're all gonna learn something.
Learn some Batmans.
Learn how to laugh. See you guys. You're terrible.